Good evening. The time is 6:30 p.m. The regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Freehold for March 4th, 2024, now called to order. Adequate notice of this meeting is provided at least 48 hours prior to commencement of this meeting, pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of the time, date, and location of this meeting has been provided by posting a copy of the public meeting dates on a municipal bulletin board and by sending a copy to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger, and by filing a copy with the municipal clerk. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence. Captain Stepnick, please lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kane.
Here.
Councilman Benedetto.
Here.
Councilman Friedman.
Here.
Councilwoman Jordan. Here. Councilman Wright.
Here.
Councilwoman Rogers. Here. Councilwoman Schuster.
Yes, here.
Okay, item 4 this evening is a workshop discussion of spatial data logic. I'm going to ask our administrator, Steve Gallo, if you just talk about this
Sure.
a little bit.
I'm going to move the camera this way so the public at home can see the broadcast, and this won't be too long. Hold on for a second. Okay. So we have, I'm on my laptop here, and I'm going to be looking into the borough website. Have a second, it should pick me up. Oh, man.
You need to cope out.
It was all set up, I don't know why it's all of a sudden is not, but there we go. That's the Borough of Freehold web page. And if you, any resident can scroll down on the page to this citizen request section here, okay, the one that's blinking there. And if you click on that, it brings you to a login screen. I'm already logged in. You have to set up your own account. But this brings up this screen that gives you an opportunity to, if you're a landlord, you can register your property. If you're a citizen and you have a concern, you can report a concern. If you would like to contact myself, you can go to general inquiries. If you'd like to contact the police department, you can go to police general inquiries. So, for example, if a resident has a concern in their neighborhood, they can go here and click on Code Enforcement or Public Works. For example, Public Works, and then on the right-hand side, you click on what your concern is: street light outage, street signs, tree maintenance, water quality issues. Let's say you're concerned about litter in a neighborhood, and you can put down, where it is on Main Street, and then you can go down and click on exact location. If you happen to be there, you can click on Use My Location, or you can zero in with the map if you want. And pick your spot where the location is. Let's just say Main Street. And then if you want to upload documents, pictures, anything like that, you can drag and drop them here. And it captures, you can review, all your information should be here. And then you can submit your request. After that, you receive a confirmation email with the details of your request. You can verify the information in your email and the online request page. Then you'll be contacted by a town official if more information is required. And you can monitor the progress of all of your requests from your account page. So when you send something in, it goes into a queue at the appropriate department. In this case, Joe Flautis will find this tomorrow, in his inbox, and he will go out and take a look at it, and then he can log on and answer you. He can tell you what he did, he can tell you what he found, and then you'll get a response saying what the reaction was. So it's fairly simple. It begins on the borough webpage with the citizen request, and I'll log out so that you can see what the login looks like. So you can log out here. It looks like this, and you have to add your username and password. In this instance, you can do mine. And I'm signing in with my municipal account, so I click down here and you select the town. Spell it right. Sign in. It's going to search for it, Freehold Borough, sign in. And you get a welcome back. And they're telling me to change my password, but I'm not going to do that right now. And this is where your concern will pop up. It gives you a lot of data about different things. Because I'm an administrator, it gives me information about inspections and about permits that were applied for. And if you were, if I had gone through with the report concern, it would appear here. And you can track its progress from being reported initially to received, to the response that you get, and to the final closeout. And if you're not satisfied, it asks you if you want to add something, and then you can revisit it again. All of this data is, I'm looking for a good word, conglomerated, put together in a database, and then we can search it for patterns. We can do by location, how many noise complaints are we getting from this neighborhood, how many complaints are we getting about weeds in this neighborhood. And it's useful to try and go back and revisit and make sure that the patterns get extinguished at some point. So fairly simple. It's a useful tool. Any citizen can use it. You do have to register because that's how we communicate back and forth with you. But we don't, if you're reporting something in a neighborhood, we do it anonymously so that the people who are being reported on don't know where the complaint is coming from. It's another tool, and the good news about it is you can do it at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you're driving home and you hit a pothole and you want to report it right then, you can do it right on the spot if you want to take out your phone and do it. So it's a useful tool, and we can expand it into other areas. We're constantly evolving SDL, and we can add anything. If anybody has any ideas about tabs that they'd like to see, we can put those down as well. So it's fairly straightforward, but it's a powerful tool. And it's free for the citizens to use.
Steve, I'm just going to say, and to the audience as watching, the more details and the better details you give, the better the chances of us trying to cure the problem.
Absolutely.
So if it's a noise problem at 6 a.m. in the morning, every morning, then give those details. If it is a pole out, a lot of your poles have numbers on them, so take a picture of the pole number that a light is out. That gives a better location when Steve calls up
Absolutely.
JCP&L. So the better details that you give us and the more correct and accurate that you give us, the better chances we have of nailing down and trying to cure the problem we have.
That's correct. Okay.
This is really an exciting, powerful tool for our residents. I'd love to see people just get on there. And Steve, you said even though they put their name in, when they go to investigate it, they don't have to worry about saying, Adam ratted out on it.
Yeah, we're not in the business of causing conflict in a neighborhood. Yeah, it is very helpful, and it helps establish databases that inform the deployment of our resources. So it's very useful.
Is there any way we can get this like a video, like that edited video, in a way that can be just posted to the borough website so people
Sure.
can get that edited so they can follow along and see exactly how they can?
Yes.
Because I agree with everyone. This is going to be a powerful tool for the residents. As someone who has, logged complaints over the years, to be able to track them, I think is going to be a nice addition for all the residents to have.
Sure. Well, at least we know we got it.
Our own in-house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good, thank you. Any other questions? Thank you. Item 5 this evening is the approval of minutes, council meetings February 5th, 2024, February 12th, 2024, and February 20th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to move that, please.
I'll second it,
Any
please.
discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes of February 5th, February 12th, and February 20th, 2024 minutes are approved. Item 6 is a second reading and public hearing, ordinance 2024/2 of the Borough of Freehold, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, vacating a paper street known as Hampton Avenue. This is a second reading and public hearing. I'd like to open it up. If anyone from the public would like to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no comment from the public, I move that the public portion be closed.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, the public portion is closed. We have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/2 and authorization of publication.
I'd like to move that, please.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/2 is adopted. Item 7 is a second reading public hearing, ordinance 2024/4, amending and supplementing chapter 10, vehicles and traffic. Again, this is a second reading and public hearing. If anyone from the public would like to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no comment from the public, I move the public portion be closed.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution, public portion is closed. We have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/4 and authorization of publication.
I'll move that, please.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
The ordinance 2024/4 is adopted. Item 8 is the first reading and introduction ordinance 2024/5 to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limits and to establish a cap bank NJSA 48:4-45.14. Someone like to move that?
I'll move that.
I'll second it, please.
Discussion?
Yes, I just wanted to say this is a standard exercise that we do every year. It's authorized by the state that we create this cap bank until we, to cover us until we create our final budget.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/5 is introduced. Item 9 is our consent agenda, and just to note that matters listed on the items of consent agenda are required to conduct the day-to-day operations of the borough and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There'll be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired of any items, that item will be considered separately. We're going to move item CR4 out, so would someone like to move items CR1 through CR3 and CR5 through CR10?
Yes, I'll move those.
Second.
Discussion?
May I just ask
Sure.
a question? Does that mean no signal for that program, or that our folks at home aren't getting a signal?
No, that's,
Okay.
signal's going
All right,
through
I
there.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, that'll go blank in a minute.
Okay. Oh, there you are.
We have moved, someone like to second that?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes, with an abstention on CR1, please.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda items CR1 through CR3 and CR5 through CR10 are adopted. It's the end of our consent agenda. We're going to move to item CR4, which authorization professional services agreement to provide consulting services for parking utility level G associates. And just another note on that. Originally on the agenda it was for an authorization of $40,000. It's actually an authorization of $20,000. Someone like to move that?
I'll move that.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
No.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, item CR4 is adopted. We go to item 10, which is the approval of bills.
I move that we pay our bills.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes, but I'd like to abstain on bill number 24-00241.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, our bill list is approved. Item 11 is public comments. If anyone from the public would care to make a comment to the governing body, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
With everything you guys have done already, it's something different, but hi, Sharon O'Brien, 3 Monmouth Ave. I called in this week, last week, and she said, maybe you should go to the meeting. I live at Monmouth Ave, 2 houses in from the railroad crossing. As we all know in this town, it's bad. Where I live, I have at least 40, maybe 50 potholes, and I am 40 by 104, just in between the 2 driveways. So I've already talked to Streetman. He came from the town last year, sent an engineer over. At first, when I talked to him on the phone, there's no way you have that many in front of your house. I said, give me your cell phone. I texted. He came over to my house 20 minutes later. And then he goes, all right, well, you know, I said, why was Stokes done? Why were all these other streets? Look at this street. Look at, there's big metal nails coming up this big out of the railroad crossing.
You should talk to us.
Right, well, I
Raise
just turned
fishes.
around. They're this big, they're sticking out. So, I mean, I've already had car troubles, and the guy said, you're going in potholes. I said, I got him in front of my house. So I've had Streetman in front of me. He was a public work guy on the street, send an engineer. So they said, well, we gotta talk to the railroad. So that was my thing. Now I see the street next door is being worked on. Can someone tell me, because they marked my road, Monmouth Ave now, so they've got gas line marked and other things along the street. Are they going to work on that street next?
Yes.
The railroad is.
Right. Now, and then I'm right after the first house. Is there possibility, like Streetman told me, then I had the tree guy out there too last year, and that the tree guy now is your street guy here in the borough. And he said, well, we'll try to see if we can do something. Now, public work guy was out there in December, because I had him out for another issue, and he looked at me and said, I'm sorry, we keep patching here. I'm sorry, it does need to be done, but I only do what my bosses tell me. So I'm trying to find out now, because when I talk to the clerk in that area, she goes, go to the meeting. I pay taxes like everyone else here, but that is just ridiculous. I sit in my house, look out the window, and see people driving across the street because they don't want to drive on the side of the street that is open because there's so many potholes. But for years, Freehold Borough let across the street from me, let people park there. They just let them park there. I had the other mayor involved for like 2 or 3 years, it took me finally for him to get no parking there. I said, yes, it's skinny there. So what happens when your trucks try to go by when there's a snow plows? They can't get that side of the street. So where does everything go? This side of the street. So all these years, all this is piling up. So finally, yes, Mayor Higgins came out one day and said, I'm here now. We got 3 inches of snow. What's that car doing there? I said, I've been trying to tell you. You don't want to worry about getting money for parking? She is a New York plate. She lives maybe somewhere in Jersey. She parks there Friday morning. It stays all the way until Monday morning. She goes to New York in her scrubs. Then she parks and someone else parks and someone else parks. Now, I try to back out of my driveway. I can't back out of my driveway. And now we've got plows. Do they go up to the pole? No. So they're here. So now I got this much road to get a little teeny, and I got a little Volkswagen to get through. So I'm like, So I have talked to so many people. The street guys were out there, and they're like, yes. But the clerk said to me, well, you know, there's things that have been set in motion years in advance. I understand, but this is getting ridiculous. 40, at least 40, just between the driveway of my driveway and my next door neighbor. Is something going to be done after that little bit? I mean, can you guys tell me anything?
Did you see me squirming up here?
Thank you.
This particular road, Monmouth, is one of my pet peeves. It doesn't mean much, but it is a pet peeve.
That's all right, as long as I got someone else
And I will
to talk.
tell you that those railroad crossings were of extreme interest to me as well.
Good.
We finally got the railroad company, it's a new group, and they fixed the bound, and it's lovely. And they're going to do the Monmouth crossing as well. I don't know when they're going to do it, but it's going to be soon because they left all their stuff there. I will say this, although it seems to you that it's been a long time since you were paved, your street, you know, we can't pave everything at once, and you understand that. You understand the financial implications there.
Right.
And your street, we have many streets that have not been paved since your street was paved. Your street was paved, and I was over there the other day looking at it and trying to figure out when it was. But I distinctly remember we had an issue because after it was paved, one of the neighbors down at the other end wanted to put a gas line in and had to get special permission to, disturb the paving. So I can't tell you exactly when it was, but I can tell you for sure.
Well,
that
I
there are
moved
streets,
in 2002.
all right, there are streets in town. No, it's been paved since then, ma'am.
You know, I've only had, I
Well,
can show you pictures,
we'll-
they just
we'll get
fill
the
them in.
We'll get the exact
Okay.
the exact time.
Okay.
I went over there, I guess it's been a little more than a year. I went down that street, and I immediately had a discussion with the business administrator, who got in his car and went over there. And then he called me the next day and told me, you are absolutely right, that street is terrible. I was on there today, and I could not agree with you more. I remember you came to council before because I remember you talking about the lady with the New York plates parking there. And that needs to be we'll refer that to the police department.
Oh, no, they were okay. They ended up sending this guy out and he did a study, but what he did is just put orange there or yellow, but I'd be honest with you, the street really needs to put it darker because I have neighbors, they just do their own thing.
But when they do their own thing, somebody needs to
I
alert
do,
the police department.
I
and-
do, but guess what? They don't want to give them tickets. Like today, I've had to, before we left there, I said to my boyfriend, look, watch, the car is parked almost behind my driveway. And they they do it and they go visit their neighbors. They just continue to do that. Now, they've gone out and I've watched them, and I let them go a lot. Hours. There's no parking there. Hours. But when it starts intriguing me to pull out of my driveway, I call. But they don't give them tickets. And then they'll wait a couple weeks and they do it again. But it doesn't matter. I can call.
Well, if they get called enough, then
Well, I can tell you, they
we're
will
gonna
say,
look into it.
who's calling? And then they make me, I'm glad you have that, being honest with you, because I get loitering out my door, right across the street. I've called the businesses, and it said, does this guy still own the property? Oh, no. Okay, well, they must have took my call, because then the police were coming through there. I said, good. They shouldn't loiter all day, and excuse me, urinate on people's businesses. They're brushed in bushes going into 2 Monmouth Ave. So I called them out, it was quiet, but now the weather's getting good, and here they come. And I'm like, I just said to my boyfriend today, all right, they're starting because the weather's nice. I can call on it, and sometimes they're gonna come out, but like I said, the parking, it's just really sad, because these people just do whatever they want to, and excuse me, but the cops do let them get, either they'll give them a warning, whatever, the car's there, or they'll put a work truck there and leave it overnight, then maybe they'll move it, but then they're back doing it. It's a whole nother thing. So I really like that, but hopefully they do something, because just like everyone else, doesn't matter what color skin we have here, what nationality, whatever we are. You have set rules. We are all supposed to abide by them.
Your police captain has heard every word you said. He's heard us agree with you, and I'm certain that he will do something to make a difference over there. You see him shaking his head at me?
I hope so. And I mean, I let it go a little bit. I do. But it's rude. They park right behind the other guy. If I want to get my other vehicle out of my car,
Well, it's not
I
only,
can't.
it's not only rude. We can't. A former mayor used to say we can't legislate common sense, and we can't, legislate common courtesy. It's rude, but it's also breaking the law.
Yes.
So the police captain has heard it. No matter how many times we say it, he has heard it, and he is shaking his head at me and saying that he will look into it. As far as the street paving is concerned, I don't know where we are on that list, but
At least you know more. Okay.
As you pointed out, Sharon, we did go out and take a look at this last year. The immediate pressing problem was the condition of the railroad tracks, and I contacted the state. There's a special office down there that administers federal grants for railroad crossings specifically, and they work with the railroad itself. It took a while to get them. They will be doing, starting on Monday, the next block, which is yours. The second thing, obviously, is the lead up to the railroad crossing on the Monmouth side, and it is in bad shape. I asked Bobby Lithgow to get a quote from the county to come in and address it on our behalf. It's not a full job, because we haven't put in, as you know, we fund streets through 2 primary sources. One is local aid from DOT, which we get a grant every year for, and the second is, on occasion, we get money from community development block grants for street repaving as well. You're right, everybody wants their street paved, and they're all entitled to it. We have a system where we try and do a round robin, the streets that were, they're graded by the engineer, and we put a list together and pursue it on an annual basis, depending upon how much money we can get from grant sources. But if we get a good price, from the county to do this, we can do that section, which is, it's not the entire street, but it's the lead up to the crossing.
well, it is the entire street now.
Okay.
Her end of the street is worse
Yes.
than the other end of the street, but the other end of the street is pretty pathetic too.
Yeah.
Now, the last time we did this, we did get money because it connects 2 county roads.
Okay.
So we did get money
Yeah.
to fix it because of that. But anyway, we've heard you.
Sure.
He's gonna research to see when that was. I don't think you're right, but that.
I've had the patching, I've lived there from 2022, 2002, I wish I would've took photos. It's never been fully paved there, it's never happened.
I'll wait on that and get the
All right,
exact answer
because
for you.
I've been taking
So,
photos since
before you guys start having
2017 on patch jobs.
Thank
and
you,
that.
thank you. We'll,
Okay, thank you. I would love if you took a ride up and just looked at it now though sometime.
I've been out there walking the line of the railroads to see when they start. So
All
I
right,
have been
well,
on the
good,
street.
then you'll see.
Throckmorton is gonna get resurfaced this year.
Mhm.
That job was funded last year, and it's in design now. It'll be out to bid and resurfaced over the summer, as well as the intersection of Throckmorton and Maine, that's gonna be repaired. And,
Okay, yes.
So there's a lot of work that's gonna be going on, unfortunately.
I
You gotta
know.
get
That
that,
patch right
on
there, so like I said, I've got at least 40,
Yeah.
and some of them are several inches deep.
We've seen it, we know.
Yeah.
And the captain has heard you, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public care to make a comment to the governing body? Seeing no comment from the.
Is this just a regular open?
Yeah, regular open, yeah.
Louis Estevez, 136 Robertsville Road, in Freeman Township. Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by Councilman DiBenedetto. Hope I pronounced that right. Let's start by thanking you for the work being done by Detective Sergeant Reef and Lieutenant Coloner at Lake Topanias Park. A meeting was arranged by Detective Sergeant Reef and Lieutenant Coloner, which was attended by several park neighbors, where they listened to our concerns openly, seriously, and without predetermined assumptions. The officers have responded in a professional and courteous manner and continue to maintain an open line of communication with park neighbors. Their ongoing involvement is helping to improve everyone's sense of safety and hope for improved security. Something is being done, and it is much appreciated, so thank you. At the last Borough Council meeting I attended on the 5th of February 2024, several of my neighbors and I voiced some of our concerns about what has been our experience concerning Lake Topanias Park. Council President Schutzer read from a prepared statement documented her informal investigation to address our parking and crime fears. Unfortunately, this was done after the public comments portion of the meeting was closed and there was no chance at rebuttal. Therefore, I'd like to use this time to first thank Council President Schutzer for a prepared statement, as it inspired me to conduct an informal investigation of my own and document what has been happening in the park more consistently than I have done in the past. In the past month, I have walked over 40 documented miles within Lake Topanias Park, during which time I have spoken with dozens of people and taken lots of pictures and video. Council President Schutzer stated that closing the Robertsville Road parking area would result in access being denied to handicapped visitors. I actually believe the Council President is correct and that handicapped visitors are being denied access to Lake Topanias Park. In the past month, during the times I was at the park, which was afternoons during the week and mornings on weekends, I saw a total of 5 vehicles identified as handicapped. 2 were together at the Robertsville Road parking area, and 3 in the Pond Road parking lot at different times, and I can appreciate why. Not many people know this, but for over a year, I was not able to go to the park that I live across the street from. I used to spend a lot of time running in the park with my dog, comfortably able to do 6 miles in around an hour until in 2021, while on one of these runs, I accidentally stepped on one of the many ruts found on trails throughout the park. I fell hard, resulting in a fractured ankle and ripping every ligament on the outside of my left foot. I had to have surgery to reattach the ligaments, couldn't walk for months, and had to go to physical therapy 3 times a week for a year and a half. The reason I couldn't go to the park is even when I was able to finally walk again, I wasn't physically able to walk on the many uneven and loose surfaces present at the park. Ironically, the reason closing the Robertsville Road parking would deny access to handicapped people. I say the continuously poor maintenance of the park as a whole denies access to handicapped people and the elderly.
I suggest an independent ADA compliance audit of Lake Tobinimus Park, as that will give clear guidance to the work required, much like the study performed by Princeton Hydro gives clear guidance on how to make the Tobinimus Pond healthy. Sadly, that guidance is also not being followed. For example, pet stations, which are meant to keep fecal matter from ending up in a pond, are empty of bags more often than not, at least on the days that I was in the park and was able to document them. If something as simple and inexpensive as refilling poop bags can't be done, then what can? Council President Schutzer also praised the Lake Tobinimus Park Commissioner during her prepared statement on the work and grants the park has received. What she failed to mention is that most of those grants were advocated and initiated by park neighbors. Through the years, a lot of the work has been done by park neighbors on behalf of Lake Tobinimus Park. This wasn't done for praise or credit, but for benevolence and quality of life in Freehold. Things such as triploid park legislation, ongoing cleanup of trash throughout the park, county weed boat for shared services program, toxic bioaccumulation chemical reversal, monarch butterfly awareness, bald eagle protection, large debris cleanup in the park through nonprofit, large debris cleanup in a no man's land woods with Freehold Township DPW, stormwater bridge sediment cleaning by the county, township apprehension of known litter violators, township patrol for drug deals in the Robertsville Road parking area, on and on and on. There are decades of neighbor accomplishments that go unnoticed and unacknowledged. One important slight is Chet Lasaki, who the council president chose to single out publicly as being particularly offensive. He is a good, honest man who I am happy to have as a neighbor and hopefully agrees as a friend. It was Chet who initially reached out to Senator Gopal and requested a meeting to discuss the conditions at the lake, which started the grant for the lake mitigation plan and the amendment to the larger legislation and bigger funding. Community advocacy should be recognized and appreciated. Also, I will say that in the many emails I am copied in, along with many on this council, it is my opinion Chet was far from the most offensive. I would also like to state that my wife and I were very much aware of what moving across the street from a public park entailed, and I can tell you that we have enjoyed it tremendously. We now know many people and their dogs by name because we are fortunate to live across the street from the park. The one oversight we made was in assuming the park was owned and managed by Freehold Township and would be maintained to the same standard as other parks within the township. In closing, we have much in common. We all love the park and want to see it better. But we feel funding, security, vision, and stewardship have room for improvement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comment from the public?
Seeing no further comment from the public, I move the public portion be closed.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, item 12 are council reports and comments, and on the top of the list is Council President Schutzer.
Okay. Well, let me just say thank you, sir, for your comments. I listened to every word you said. Some of the things in my own defense that are attributed to me, I didn't mention anything about grants except that I thought that maybe we could find a grant to improve that side entrance to the park. I'm not aware of grants that have taken care of the park, so I couldn't have mentioned any of that. I'm not going to I'll just leave it at that. But I will say that I stand by what I said. I heard what you said. I appreciate what you said. I especially appreciate your respectful manner in saying so. And I just am sorry that you do not know that in the past we have been victims of some of what I would call mistreatment. So we'll just agree to disagree on some of the things. I do appreciate your respectful manner. Thank you. And I don't doubt that you care. And I hope that you don't doubt that I care. Oh my. Let's get to the good news. Freehold Borough And I tell you that Mike and Kevin and Annette and the misters Kane back there and Kathy and Ellen, Tracy, a lot of us attended those games, and I will tell you, very, very exciting. As a matter of fact, in the middle of the last game, this one, I turned to somebody behind me, and I think Annette, and said, well, I don't need a stress test. This is it right here. If I survive this, we're going to. So we play again Wednesday night. We play now Mainland at
South Jersey Champ.
South Jersey Champ at Monroe. So let's all send good vibes. I want to also thank our fire department. Our police department was there but called away on a call. And our EMS, there was an EMS vehicle there, who in the pouring, windy rain, they gave those young players a escort through town with the sirens blaring. And I cried more than once. I was so touched by everything. And I just can't help but thinking that these young athletes will never forget Saturday, never. And I did get a little snippy, and I said to when somebody from another town said something about he couldn't believe what we had done with the fire trucks and everything, and I said, and that's how Freo Borough does it. So stand by, and we'll see if we are able to honor these young men in any other way. I had on my list as well a comment about the Down Avenue Railroad crossing. Excellent job, excellent job. We expect exactly the same thing to be done on Monmouth Avenue, and it was a long time coming. We complained about that, worked with that. The other company that had before didn't even talk to us about it. So we're glad that it's done, and we heard every word you said.
Thank you.
Also, I want to accept my vote was with regrets in the retirement of Officer Schwerthofer from our police department. Long-time employee of the police department, and he will be missed. It's bittersweet. Sweet for him, bitter for us. So, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember De Benedetto.
Yes, I would like to wish Rich Schwartzhofer all the best. Ron will probably tell you the night he got in his accident, and almost didn't come through the accident. The man, I'll tell you, he's got a lot of heart. He came back, he continued on for many years after that, and served the community, so my hat goes off to him. Yes, I do travel down Monmouth Avenue. I live on Club Place, so I know what you're going through. I have a truck, and I bounce around a lot, and I'm trying to, we're going to work on that. I hear from my wife when she has to go down that street. It's terrible. We need to do something about it. Lou, may I call you Lou?
Yeah, thank you.
Your words were heard. The poop bags we are working on. There was a gentleman who was committed to doing them, who's not on the Lake Toponimus Commission, and he sort of got lost. So the commission's aware of the bags. So we're going to try to get them back and get somebody to take care of them. But we don't know what happens to the bags. I haven't seen Jack in a while, and so we are conscious of that. I talked to Tom Cook, your liaison, and I talked to Amiano, your mayor, about the situation. We're working on some things now, which leads me into the running trails. We have a workshop. We have a work crew going out from the Lake Toponimus Commission this Saturday. We'd love to have anybody and everybody who wants to come and help this commission do these pass and do these trails over again. We used to have a connection with the racetrack. I think we kind of have not
We still
had
have
a
it.
relationship.
We still, they don't have the stone dust.
Yeah, we try to get stone dust from them and reuse it, so we are conscious of the trails. But we do a cleanup this Saturday, and we're trying to encourage some people, we're trying to encourage some kids to come out and help us and fix the park up the way it should be. It really should be. It's a part of the community, both township and the borough. So we are working, and we will try to better that situation that you're going through over there. The borough kids, God darn, they're good. I'll tell you, whoever, anybody that's seen them a couple years ago, you would just, shake your head. Tracy's there at all the games, and her father's there. And, it's really great to see the community and what they've done to the community. I myself have played in state championship runs like this and ended up on the #1 team of the state. And man, it is a lot easier on the field than it is in the stands. Man, it's just nerve-wracking watching these kids. I have to go out there and shoot the free throws myself. But anyway, God bless them. I hope they win on Wednesday. Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you. Councilmember Jordan.
Thank you. I have a couple of things here. First off, Recreation is hosting the Easter Bunny in front of the library on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Families can come out and take some photos with the bunnies, and we'll have goodie bags for the first 150 kids that come and visit the bunny. And hopefully our library will be open by then. We don't know yet, but if it is, you can always go inside. Recreation, the Mayor's Wellness Committee, and an organization in town called From My Heart to Yours is going to be partnering to bring a health and wellness event to Vineyard Park on Saturday, May 11th. There's going to be music, vendors, self-defense demos for seniors, health screenings for high blood pressure and A1C, a food truck, and healthy snacks provided by Stop and Shop. We scheduled this event purposely on the same day as the yard sale, so as people are around town and out and about, come on over. They're out looking for treasures at the sales, come on over, enjoy some of the festivities at the park, and then just go on to the rest of the day. So hopefully everybody will come out on that. Also, Recreation, speaking of basketball, this year we brought back the Freehold Basketball League. And on Tuesday, the 26th of March, and Thursday, the 28th, they'll be holding their championship games to end the season at Park Avenue Complex. This was an exciting program. We haven't had a basketball program in Freehold Borough since the Y left a few years ago, and a bunch of dedicated coaches and volunteers came to the Recreation and said, will you work with us to bring this back? And it was an overwhelming success this year. And so if anybody has an opportunity, if you can get out and see some of the championship games at the end of the month, that would be amazing. Also for Rec, they are going to doing their Memorial Day bike parade in the Memorial Day parade. And they kind of encourage also kids, anybody actually wants to join from ages 6 and up, to decorate their bikes, red, white, and blue, get in a group of people and just ride your bike in the parade. You have to have a helmet, and anybody under 12 should be accompanied by an adult. So more information is going to come out in the newsletter on that if you'd like to participate. Summer camp registration is open. The camp is held at Park Avenue Complex from July 1 to August 2nd. The program is for 3rd graders through 8th graders, and the cost for a borough resident is $25 a child. You can download the application online up here, or you can pick up an application in the lobby if you'd like to sign your children up. They're also hiring summer camp counselors. If interested, they must be at least 16 years of age, and you can also go online and find out the information on how to apply. Deadline's May 17th. And just on the Mayor's Wellness, we are going to be partnering with the Freehold Borough Police Department to hold a bike safety and bike rodeo class event at Park Avenue School on April 27th. That's a Saturday. So this is going to be for all ages. We're going to do a little education about bike safety and e-bike safety, as well as a bike rodeo, and we're going to have a couple giveaways, hopefully a few bikes to give away that day as well. So come on out and join us. And finally, I just want to congratulate our basketball team as well. I believe it's the first time in 51 years that they've won that, and like Mike said, it was just absolutely amazing. So we are definitely heading out to the game on Wednesday. We can't wait to see what happens. But what a great group of kids. It was just phenomenal. Thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you. Councilmember Rogers.
Thank you. I also want to congratulate Detective Squirtover on his retirement. I've only heard good things, and you know it's sad when you lose a good police officer, but I wish him well. Last week we had our library meeting, and they drafted a code of conduct, which is going to be posted at each of the computer stations to kind of allow people the freedom to do what they need to do on the internet, but also protect some of our younger patrons and to keep everything appropriate and safe for the people who patronize the library. So that will be, it has been reviewed by our attorney, he made some suggestions, and that will be posted soon. A couple weeks ago, we had our shade tree meeting, and it is becoming a very busy time, and we could use help with the tree watering, the tree pruning. There, we have people there who, people on shade tree who will be there to guide anyone who wants to help us make sure that our trees are in town are taken care of. So, just fill out the form on the website that Mr. Gallo brought up earlier, and you can just fill out the citizen request form to volunteer for shade tree. And any help is it's a lot of work, so any help is very beneficial. On March 16th, the Court Street School Board is hosting a Black History program at the Reformed Church on Main Street. It will begin at 12 o'clock, and I've gone to this program every year for the last 4 or 5 years, and it has always been amazing. So if you have time to stop by, you won't regret it, because it is bound to be a very informative, a very energetic, and a very wonderful event. And then on May 11th, they are hosting a Roaring 20s fundraiser, where you come in your best 20s outfit and you just come and enjoy enjoy a nice party. It'll be held at the Firehouse on Siloam Road in Freehold Township. And I just want to make a correction to something I said earlier. For item number 8, I said that it was to adjust our budget. Item number 8 is just allows us to increase our budget for the year. The state allows us to do to increase the amount we are able to exceed our budget, and this is done yearly, and it's done by most towns in New Jersey. So it's just a standard process. CR8, which is under the consent agenda, allows us to increase our budget temporarily to cover the bills that we have up until for this quarter. Again, that's something that's done in the standard, because since budgets are not approved until April, it allows us to have the funds that we need to cover our bills. So I just wanted to make that clarification and correction. And the last thing I wanted to mention was in regards to the last time the gentleman from Freehold Township visited. I was offended. I don't condone the use of the word illegals. And when someone comes in here and refers to human beings as illegals, I will always be offended. They are people. They may not be the diamonds of society, but they are people. and they are not illegal. There is no human being that is illegal. So I just wanted to make that clear. I hear the concerns. I believe we have been listening the whole time. We have never not listened, but the decision not to close that parking lot does not mean that we don't hear what people are saying. But anytime someone comes in and refers to people in that manner, I'm always going to be offended. So I appreciate tonight that you came in a respectful manner. You stated your concerns again. You, thank the professionals that have helped and, our council people that have heard and helped. But I just wanted to make it clear that anytime anybody comes in here and refers to human beings as illegal, I will be offended. So, just so you know where I'm coming from.
Thank you. Councilmember Reich.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to echo the statements from the council and congratulate the Borough High School team. 51 years is fantastic. I know Coach Cunard is smiling down from above, very, very proud. I also want to wish the best of luck to Detective Schwarthofer on all his future endeavors, and please send him our thanks for all his years of service in our community. We really appreciate it. The Memorial Day Committee is selling t-shirts for the 150th anniversary of the Memorial Day Parade. They are $20 each. I unfortunately forgot to bring mine because I was rushing out the door today. But if you look up on social media, and I think there's also a QR code that went out in the newsletter, you can scan it and you can fill out a form to purchase the t-shirt or catch any one of the Memorial Day Parade committee members throughout the week. Amanda and Alice McCobb are collecting the orders and will be delivering the t-shirts out as the orders come in.
Councilman?
Yes?
I heard they're selling them at Joe's Barbershop also.
Must be some insider knowledge there. Yeah. So you can get a shave and a haircut and a t-shirt for an additional $20. So thank you, I appreciate it. The Human Relations Advisory Committee is having their March meeting this Thursday night at 7. We will be discussing the walking tour that we're setting up for the springtime. Now that the weather's getting better, we're trying to coincide it with the grand reopening of the library. So as soon as we have a date set for that, we'll start putting together flyers and whatnot and get that spread out so that people can hopefully attend. Last thing that I have is, this is Read Across America Week. Read Across America was started in 1998 by the National Education Association, and it starts on March 2nd, which is Dr. Seuss's birthday. He was born in 1904. In order to add a little bit of lightheartedness to the meeting tonight, I'd like to read a short excerpt from Dr. Seuss's book, I Can Read With My Eyes Shut. I can read in red, I can read in blue, I can read in pickle color too. I can read in bed and in purple and in brown. I can read in a circle and upside down. I can read with my left eye, I can read with my right. I can read Mississippi with my eyes shut tight. There are so many things you can learn about, but you'll miss the best things if you keep your eyes shut. The more you read, the more things you will know. The more you will learn, the more places you'll go. If you read with your eyes shut, you're likely to find that the place where you're going is far, far behind. So that's why I tell you to keep your eyes wide. Keep them wide open, at least on one side. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Friedman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to also congratulate the basketball team. And if you can't make it to the game up in Monroe, it will be live streamed, I understand, at the Court Jester. So go on downtown and enjoy it at the Court Jester. Second, St. Patrick's Day Parade is on March 17th. This is your last week to get your form in if you or your group would like to march in the parade. Third, the SDL program, I just think that's going to be a wonderful addition for the residents, and I urge people to use it. I think it's something that's been worked on for a while, something we wanted to get in place, and I'm really glad it's there. And then first off, I just wanted to have our police captain just touch base briefly on policies when it comes to using personal vehicles or the cruisers on break, and why it's policy for police officers to remain with their vehicles while on duty.
Sure. Mr. Mayor, you're good?
Sure.
the shortest version is, Councilwoman Schutzer actually said it best earlier. We would have been at the escort, but we got a call. You just never know when that call is going to come in. If I had $1 for every meal that was interrupted, or then I could be like rich and retire. But if we were to have to park the cruiser, jump in a personal car, go out on a break, and then a call comes in, by the time you got back into your personal car, got back to the station, got back into your cruiser, and then back out, it's seconds. If it's a medical emergency, you're looking at life and death situations. If it's a crime in progress, you're looking at whether you capture the suspect. And that goes for all of our officers, parking and us. You have to stay with your police issued vehicle during that time. Yes, we are entitled to breaks, but every single person, even the parking people, has had it interrupted for some reason or another. So it's just the nature of our job. We accept it, we know it, and I'll go with all emergency responders. It's the same thing. If the first aid crew is out and they're from call to call and they're getting ready they're going to be in the exact same boat as us. It's one of the things we deal with being an emergency responder. We know it, we accept it. It's just the nature of the beast.
Thank you. I appreciate that clarification for the public. I think it's important that everyone understands that you guys are always on call. You put your life in there for us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out this evening. A lot has been said already, but the escorts through town are second to none. We started this back in the early 2000s with the girls soccer teams, and it's just and our thinking at the Borough High School is if you're going out of town to play in a state championship game of any sport, and you come back with the trophy, we're going to make sure everybody in town knows about it. So, it was all set up and organized, and like I said, we've been doing it for 20-some years, and it never gets old. I know 2 of our daughters were part of those soccer teams, and they still talk about it today. I mean, these kids, you said the kids will never forget it. They will absolutely never forget that experience. Just pulling in, I was talking to Jay Sims as the bus was pulling in, and he gave the signal, light them up, and the sirens and the lights, and kids didn't know what was going on, and then all of a sudden the coaches said, hey, it's your parade, you're going to get escorted through town. They're hanging out the bus with fingers. People are coming out of the restaurants, out of the houses on Main Street. They'll never forget that. And we'll do it for every team that. Yeah, in the pouring rain, and we'll continue to do that. Like they said, you can't hide that borough pride, and we're not even going to try to hide it. So, congrats to them. They have a couple more games to go, and they can be Group 3 state champs. And this feeder program that you were talking about, Annette, it's kind of the only sport that didn't have a feeder program. There's Little League Baseball, there's Pop Warner Football, there's Field Soccer League. Basketball in the borough was lagging behind a little bit, and we are the future, and Rec got together, put together this program with volunteers, and it's going to be great for years. And the fact that they're having success here, the sign of a good program and a good coach, good coaching staff. 2 years ago, they were 0-21. Now they're state champs in 2 years. So hats off to the school and the coaching staff. So it's exciting, but thank you all for coming out tonight. There being no further business, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Thank you. We are adjourned. Have a good evening.